Hello everyone, what is up and welcome back to the channel Rumors. Today I want to talk about why I think that upgrading phones might be a thing of the past. Basically, whenever a new phone comes out, it comes out with different carrier plans. And when we buy it, comes with a new charger, it comes with a brand new docking stand, a free screen protector and things like that. And people upgrading phones yearly was a thing. But now it has slowly started vanishing. People are using their phone for much longer time, and changing phones every year has become a thing of the past. It's not really that exciting as well, because usually whenever someone has a new phone, let's say someone within the friend group or someone just changes a phone, it really becomes a talk like, hey, you have a new phone, that's really nice and things like that. But now if you just buy a new phone, it's just, hey, it's just another phone. How has things drastically changed? And I'm not talking about things that happened 10 years before. It's just probably the last 4 or 5 years that actually changed. Things have really changed, and yeah, gone are the times where people really change phone every year. But people like me still do change phone every year, but even me now, I am considering and thinking about why am I changing phone every year. Well, of course, the other thing is doing reviews, I'm doing videos, I'm testing new phones. But apart from that, do I really need the new latest phone? That is what I always think about. For me, I'm currently having the S24 Ultra right now, and when the S25 Ultra came out, I was definitely curious. Usually, this is what I do. I usually wait for the phone to get discounted. At the end of the year, I buy, and then when the newer phone comes out, there's just a lot of features in the new phone. There's so many new things, and I'm kind of disappointed. Like, hey, I'm just stuck with the old one. It's got this phone, and now the new one is out, and it's much better than the one that I'm having. This was the kind of thing that I was feeling not long ago, maybe just about 4 years ago. The kind of feelings that I was having. But now, currently, when the newest S25 Ultra came out, you all know that I just got this phone back in August of last year. So when the newest S25 Ultra came out, when I take a look at the phone, I wasn't disappointed at all that I didn't buy the phone. In fact, I was more than happy that I was actually having the S25 Ultra, because the UI on the S25 Ultra didn't really feel good for me. When the iPhone 16 came out, it's the same story. I was having the iPhone 15 and I didn't really feel like improvement. But of course, if you're going from an iPhone 12 or something, you definitely will feel a difference from the iPhone 16. That is the same point that I'm coming to again. When you're going from an iPhone 12 that came out back in 2020 and you're taking a look at a phone that came out in 2024, you see a substantial improvement. It's not taking a new design as well, but you're getting internal refreshments which are good for you. But when you talk about yearly improvements, like the S24 Ultra to the S25 Ultra, or the 15 Pro Max to the 16 Pro Max. I'm having this 15 Pro Max, and when I look at the 16 Pro Max, if I do I really need the upgrade? Was it really necessary? No, it's actually not. And even from my reviews, it's actually pretty evident that there's nothing new to talk about. Even the M4 MacBook Pros, I tried doing a review, and you all know how I talk in the review. There wasn't really much to talk about. Things are not really moving as much as last time. When the Note series and when the S series combined, like having the S Pen inside the S series, I was really very happy. Even though there was a small improvement, it really felt like it was a big improvement. So those are the kind of things that are happening right now. Having AI improvements on phones and devices are a good thing, but a lot of companies are just taking it for granted, like just like Apple and Samsung. Everything is just AI. Well, AI is not just going to cut it, because AI is just a software update. Just things are just being too stagnant nowadays. And even now, if I'm having the S24 Ultra, right? Am I going to be buying the S26 Ultra when it comes out in February? Well, I don't really have an answer for it. Last time I would say I'm genuinely definitely buying it, and we're just going to be doing the videos. Of course, I want to buy and do the videos as well, but I got to think about, is this phone even good for me? Do I really need this phone? And when thinking about it, my S24 Ultra just does everything well. I feel like sometimes even some of the small minor features, companies are just purposely neglecting it. My S25 Ultra right here, this phone, I can just press the S Pen and make the phone up. And for me right now, I can just keep pressing and I can keep flipping the camera around and taking a photo. But in the S25 Ultra, this doesn't work. And why is that so? I'm not sure, because I'm someone who loves to use the S Pen to take photo. Because if I'm going to be taking a selfie, if I'm going to be maybe, let's say if I'm going to be having my phone in this awkward position, you see how my hands are positioned. If I'm going to be pressing a button, it's going to be hard for me. I want to use the S Pen. But with newer phone, it's not possible. So that's another thing that's actually putting me away from buying the S25 Ultra. And that is something that I need, and it's not in that phone. So companies are really deliberately killing features that are available on phones. They're killing it, and they're just marking up the price is going up, and the improvements are just not substantial. There were times when phones were really big jumps and huge leap forwards in everyone. I'm not asking for that. At least substantial improvements, substantial increment. Well, that is just not happening. And this yellow color is great. If we take a look at the S25 Ultra colors, it's so bland. I don't really have anything to say. Even now today, I forced myself to go and buy the S25 Ultra, and when I take a look at the colors, I don't have any color. I probably wouldn't even be using a clear case anymore, because the color is just horrendous. I don't really like the colors. The colors are going down. The colors are just getting more and more stale. This doesn't just happen with phones. And upgrading your devices just feels like more of a waste of money. It feels more like, hey, I have the newest model. But even now, if you want to show someone that you have the newest model, it doesn't have a new camera module, it doesn't have something new physically for someone to see. If you want to be showing someone that you have a newest phone, it has to have something new. For someone who is not a tech enthusiast, I mean, if someone is going to be showing me an S25 Ultra and telling me it's an S24 Ultra, of course I'm going to know it because I follow tech regularly. So is it going to be for many of us watching this video? But if you're going to be showing a regular person, let's say an elderly person, you're going to be showing them and they have already seen their phone, they're going to be like, hey, what's so new about it? There's nothing. It looks exactly like the same old phones. That is what happens when I show it to a lot of people around me. Those who are not into tech, when I show it to them, they should be like, hey, what's the difference? And I have to explain to them the internal differences, and they're like, hey, this is boring. So for a regular person, people would like to see hardware changes. Well, I'm not asking for really extreme hardware changes, but even if the software, if there's going to be something new, it's going to happen. But if everything is just going to be software, there's nothing. And even the M1 MacBook Pro, I had so much to say in the review, but hey, come on, nowadays, even looking at it, there's really nothing to say. It's been many years and I'm waiting for something revolutionary to happen to the mobile phone industry. I'm just waiting for that day where I can definitely say, show whatever phone that you have right now in your hand and get the newest. I'm just waiting for the day that I say it in a review. So that's actually been it. This is more just a rant from me. When I was doing the review on the MacBook, that is when I was like really realizing everything is just really stagnant at this point. I'm like, when I was trying to do the review for the M4 MacBook Pro, I was really thinking on something to say, something of like, hey, I upgraded from the M1 and this is really great. You should upgrade to the MacBook just for this feature, or this feature was really nice. Those of you having older Macs, you are really missing out. I was thinking of saying something like that, but when I tried to do it, there wasn't anything. There was basically nothing. Thank you so much for listening to my rant, and I just want to know what's your feedback on this. What do you think about this whole tech industry nowadays? In the comments below. I don't really like to talk much in my videos. I want to show you guys things, but hey, this is just a small rant from my part. That's really been it. Thank you so much for watching, and catch all of you in the next one. Bye.